Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah. Now, yes, I can. So you can get this groove in the back of a can. You can make it round the world and the holes in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World.
Scoop and y'all, we got it. 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 Scoop and y'all, we got it.
That's how we go. This is how it games. The press roll. That's how we go. This is how it games. The press roll. That's how we go. This is how it games. The press roll. That's how we go. This is how it games. The press roll. And now, get ready for Ginger Caskins and Lloyd Spence, the press and the pros. Let's go.
Fresh off a salmon croquet experience from the kitchen. We do it all here at Noise Media. We're not just limited to, podcasted movies and TV stuff. We do everything.
Salmon croquettes in the morning.
We cook salmon croquettes in the morning. Sometimes we got to do that. That's part of what we do. So we're here. We're ready to go. The coffee's ready. The most important thing for me this morning is this cup of coffee. And this gentleman over here to my TV right. Is that right? TV right?
Yes.
Yeah.
TV right.
I got it right.
Yes.
Yeah. TV right. Okay. He is the great Kendrick Haskins. I'm Lloyd Spence. This is Press and Pros. This is where we talk NBA from a journalistic perspective. So we give you our takes on what we think is going on in the NBA, and it's a lot going on. There's actually some very disturbing things going on in the NBA, but not really in the NBA right now. And normally I would save this for the other stuff, but I'm gonna jump into it now because I want the other stuff to be the fun other stuff that it always is. Are you familiar with this Pat Bev story?
I saw he got arrested, but I didn't.
So he got
the story.
So apparently, this is a strange story. So Pat Bev has a little.
The Pat Bev story is weird. You don't say.
I know. It's strange that a Pat Bev story would be strange, tongue in cheek. So apparently, Pat Bev has a 13-year-old sister. I don't know if she lives with him. I don't know if she lives in a house with her own mama. I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, Pat Bev goes to see said sister's with an 18-year-old boy. It is late in the midnight hour, and God is not turning things around. She's just in a room with an 18-year-old boy. Things are happening in this room. Pat is stunned to see his 13-year-old sister in a room with an 18-year-old boy. This is where the story gets weird. her version of the story, and I believe the reason why he was arrested is that Pat came into the room and started choking her. That's her version of the story. He came in angry that the boy was there and started taking out physical violence on her. Now, that's what TMZ is saying, and maybe that's even what the police report is currently saying. This is my humble take as a journalist and also as a father. In the words of my pastor, I don't believe these motherfuckers. Because if you come home or if you go to your mom's house and see your 13-year-old sister at midnight with an 18-year-old dude and they're doing things, your first response as a man ain't to choke the girl.
Right.
So, and Pat did say, don't believe everything you hear. He loves his sister. Matter of fact, I actually have his tweet here. Let me pull it up so we can read it together. Where's it at? Here it is right here. Pat Bev has no criminal record. He cares deeply about his little sister, a young lady, a minor. Given that when he unexpectedly found her alone in the home with an 18-year-old man in the middle of the night, he was understandably concerned, as any brother would be about his sister. However, we don't believe what followed. Excuse me. What followed happened the way it's been described, and we look forward to the opportunity to address that in court. If I had to guess, Pat probably snatched him up, snatched her up, separated them, said, "What the are you doing? Blah, 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 blah." Ran him out the house. She mad. She may have, now, depending on where their relationship is, she calls 911, tells them her version of what happened. Pat's arrested.
Yeah. It seems like the 18-year-old gentleman should be worried regardless of what happened between Pat Bev and whoever.
That is also part of this story.
He's 18 and adult, and she's a 13-year-old minor. So it seems like the 18-year-old has more to worry about than anybody.
Well, that was the part that was like, it feels like being skipped over. I'm like, are we just going to ignore the fact that that's why I don't, right. Which is why, one of the reasons why I don't believe her version of the story. Because I'm saying, I could see a disgruntled 13-year-old child who can't get her way and is living off of Pat Bev's situation. I can see her making this claim, depending on where their relationship is, right? Because the fact that you snuck an 18-year-old dude in the room, by the way, not saying that the dude did actually, quote unquote, raped her, but because 9 times out of 10 it was probably consensual.
Yeah,
probably.
It's consensual, but regardless.
But that doesn't matter
13,
when you.
It doesn't matter in the eye of the law.
Nothing to,
and it could even be a thing like her and Pat Bev's relationship could be fine. It's just at that age, you think you in love,
right?
And she's defending her man.
That's what it feels like to me, and which by the way, further makes me know that I don't think this happened the way that it happened. Because if she thought in her mind that the right decision was to call the police and tell them that she was with an 18-year-old boy, that tells me right there that this situation is not playing out the way that you think it is. So, because why would you, if you know you with an 18-year-old dude and you're 13, why would you be calling the police? Your boyfriend's going to jail.
Because she's 13.
Exactly.
She doesn't understand that.
Exactly. Now you understand how I got here. So I choose to wait until further things. Now, could Pat have overreacted? That's very possible. I don't.
He probably did, bro. He probably reacted like any other grown man would act if he sees this 13-year-old girl in there with any boy, let alone a boy that's 18.
And depending on the degrees of what he saw, That's what would generate the depth of the reaction.
Right.
Like, if they're just sitting there playing PlayStation, you're mad, but you're not violent. But if
I got a feeling it was more than.
That's all I'm saying, Kendrick. That's all I'm saying, brother. That's all I'm saying. Let's stall Pat out for a minute.
We can stall him. I'll stall him out because I just saw that he got arrested. I hadn't heard the details of the story.
Yeah. Give him some grace. I think it's gonna all kind of work itself out. I think this probably will end up going away, but not for the 18-year-old. He's probably going to go to jail.
Yeah, it depends.
He doesn't know that yet.
Yeah.
Right. He doesn't know that yet, but he's probably going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least, at minimum, he may get labeled as a sex offender. He doesn't know that yet. Now, they may cut everybody grace and walk away from this as a misunderstanding.
Right. On. They could. That's possible.
That is very possible. But my only problem with this, and by the way, we are, unlike a lot of places, we're going to keep you abreast of this story. Because I like to keep the same intensity for the cleanup as I did for the reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a lot of people just want to give you the reveal, get the clicks for that, and then they move on. And then he gets exonerated, but his reputation is trashed. We'll keep you posted. I'm gonna wait on the story though. That's just what I wanted to bring up, and that's why I reported it, because I don't. We get vilified for so many things already.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want us to get vilified for things that we actually didn't do.
Right.
So there you go. All right. Now we can go on with the rest of the show. Headlines and hot takes. Other than that, your boy came back last night.
He did.
I'll answer the first question. Will he disrupt the chemistry? For a quarter and a half, he did. But not in the way you think. He wasn't dominating. He wasn't overbearing. He was just trying to see what he's supposed to do.
Right. He's figuring out, getting his sea legs, all that stuff.
Getting his sea legs under him and the whole thing. And smartly, J.J. Redick didn't overuse him in the first half. He kind of was like, okay, play you these 4, play you this 6. That's all we need for you in the first half. But you saw it in the second half.
I think that's part of that is where Redick's experience as a player kicked in and knew how to get him in there, get him his minutes, let him get his legs and all that stuff, and without overdoing it. That's where being a player comes in and handy as a head coach.
Of the things I underestimated about J.J. Redick, that is the thing that I think I underestimated the most, because it is not normally the knowledge base of a player is not normally this high coming out of playing, going to coaching. Normally the learning curve is greater than what we see in JJ. JJ is a really smart dude. Like
he's a really
and it makes sense. He went to
dude.
Duke.
Right. He's a smart dude. And he also has, and it's the thing that actually kind of just hit me since we were sitting here, that he has that a lot of people don't. As a former player, he has both sides of the spectrum. He was a super mega star at Duke.
Yes.
I mean, a superstar who can relate to what the superstar goes through both on and off the court. And then when he got to the NBA, he was, I mean, no disrespect, but he was more of a role player than he was anything.
100%.
He wasn't a star. He was a role
player.
He was a shooter.
But he has the spectrum as well.
He has the both spectrum of being up here as a star and as being here as the role player, a key role player. I don't want to disrespect the man's career, but he wasn't a superstar in the NBA. So he has the aspect of both of those. So I think he can probably connect with his players on a level that no one can, because like I said, he's experienced both sides of it.
There is no one on that bench that he doesn't understand.
Right.
Not one player. And that is, and you see that in the way they respond to him, because they respond to him in a way like, oh, coach gets it. JJ gets it. He understands where we're at. He understands if he's telling me to do this, he's probably right. And I'm telling you, it was the Jazz. So as a Laker fan, you're not going to be like falling apart over top. We're not going to do that. But if that is the chemistry that is going to be developed, and we can plug in a still very highly functioning LeBron James, it gets interesting. Now, I will say this, and this is going to sound crazy to say, given the fact that they're playing really, really well as a whole. They're still a player away.
They're more than one.
I don't know if they're more than one. I don't know if they're more than one. I think because the big Jackson Hayes seems to be starting to get it, which I like. Aiden seems to be getting more comfortable, which I love. You still need another 3D guy because
you need a 3D guy because you still. I mean, we gotta be honest. He's 41 years old. There's going to be defensive lapses with LeBron.
Well, not only just that, but you also leave. Let's be. You said let's be honest. We're gonna be honest. Luka is playing better defense. Austin is playing better defense. They're still not great.
Still not elite, right? Right. And they're still not elite defenders, right? And Jackson Hayes is a guy that I've always liked. That I felt like if he gets it, or even if he's just in the right system, I think he could really be a player. I think he's more of an up and down guy, more than what the Lakers are going to do at this stage. But I do think he's a player that could really help them if he could develop and to coming off the bench get you 11 and 8 every night.
Yeah.
That would be 11 and 8 in a couple blocks. As he got springs, he's got lively legs. I think he could be a huge asset for them going forward. But I still think they're another player or two away. Because I don't trust DeAndre Ayton for 82 games.
And that's fair. That's fair because we haven't seen him do.
We haven't seen it
in a long time. So yes, that's totally fair. But I think there was an interesting moment last night in the game. I think it was like the second or third quarter where Jackson went up over three guys, snatched down the rebound,
you can do that,
and went up with intensity. And I was like, if you're that, then we don't have to go get anybody. If you're gonna be that every night, then we don't got to go get nobody. Just be that.
Yes.
Because Aiden doesn't have that yet.
He ain't got it yet. He ain't gonna get it.
Right.
But
Aiden is more fluid,
And Jackson is the athletic big. He reminds me of a little bit of Gafford, and so
that's what they're coaching him to be. They're coaching him to be a better version of Gafford if he can be that. So we'll see. But not a bad start. LeBron kind of calmed my concerns last night because I was like, is he going to come out and try to be like LeBron again, or is he going to just fit in? And last night he fit in. So it was interesting to see that. It was like, okay, if you're going to do that.
His skill set says yes, he will fit in.
Yes.
His skill set says that. And so we'll see. I mean, and maybe he will. I mean, because as much as I like to knock on LeBron because he gives me plenty of material, he does. He is an unselfish ball player, and
100%.
And it's a thing of we don't know if he can play that role of the second fiddle because he's never had to. So maybe he will. We'll see.
This is new territory. We're all learning on the fly, but so far the experiment is going well.
The skill set suggests that he can.
Skill set says that. Unlike other places where it's not going well. But the rumors are very strong right now. So allegedly, and I've seen no reports out of Dallas, which by the way, they wouldn't tell us. So, whatever. But I've seen enough reporting that I trust that says Mark Cuban is now back in not the driver's seat, but he is like the substitute bus driver for the Mavs right now as they look for a GM, but also as they plan for their future. And
their situation is just weird.
It's weird. It's very weird. It's very funny.
Weird situation. He's no longer the majority owner of the team, but he's still kind of like the face of the team and the ownership,
without question.
And like now he's back in the decision making role. I don't understand What is happening here?
Well, if you didn't understand that, this next part's going to really mess you up, because what I'm hearing from many sources that I trust is that he's saying AD and Clay ain't it. We need to build around Cooper and Kyrie, and everything else is on the table. Now, let me say this. I don't know if I see what he's saying. I definitely see what he's saying. I just think for what you did to bail on it this fast seems a little aggressive. But also, I can also see what freeing up that AD money and the Clay money could do for the bigger thing. So now, here's the problem I'm having with what you're saying. Everybody's seeing Clay play, and everybody's seeing AD play. So who you selling these two people to?
I mean, you could probably sell Clay back to Golden State. I think they would probably take him back and just,
it's interesting
as an appreciation.
Sir. Interesting that you would say that, sir, because I thought a different thing. I said, you know what? As crazy as this might sound, AD's perfect for Golden State. Absolutely.
Yeah, right after I said that, I had that same thought. Yeah.
It's exactly what they need. Plug, play, now we have a championship roster. Because they don't have a legitimate... Go ahead.
But who does hold Golden State to have to trade for those two? Kuminga?
Let's solve... Right. Let's solve our other problem. We don't want to pay Kuminga anyway.
But I don't think that's not a balanced trade for the Mavericks. Now, of course, there's a new football every day, but
I think I would trade Kuminga and probably Moody as well. Because here's the reality: if you're Golden State, you're not ready for rebuild yet anyway.
That might be Moody, Kuminga.
Yep.
What's the little guard, Pazinski, that they really like?
Ooh, that feels like an overpay at that point. It feels like overpay at that point.
But, I mean, if you're Dallas, though, you want that much back for AD because you gave up Luka for him.
Well, listen, you can't save the Luka trade on us if I'm the Warriors. Like, that's your problem. They ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah,
but what we can give you is we can give you a quality starter in Kuminga, a quality bench player in Moody, and a draft pick or two, and first and second round or whatever, and y'all can start your rebuild process. And by the way, I think that would be a nice running partner for Cooper Flag. Kuminga at power forward, Cooper at small forward / guard, big guard, or two guard, whatever. Now you got Kyrie at the point guard for a couple of more years while you train another point guard coming up through the draft. That's not a bad roster. That's not a bad roster, and you save a ton of money.
If I'm the Mavericks, I don't do that deal without either Pazinski or I think Pazinski's got to be in there. Maybe either him or Buddy Hield.
You're not getting Buddy Hield. I'm not doing. Then we should stop talking because I'm not doing it with that for that. I need AD or I want AD. I don't need AD. We're gonna be competitive without AD.
Or do you throw in Horford? Throw in Horford, Kuminga, and Moody for AD and Klay Thompson.
Not for AD. I need to keep Horford because.
What about Will Richard?
Oh yeah, you can have Will Richard tomorrow. Yeah, you can have that tomorrow. I got to keep the core guys that I know because all I'm trying to do if you're the Warriors is to maximize this 3-year window. That's it.
Now I get what you're saying on the Warriors side. I'm thinking about on the Mavs side. You want more.
Well, now if you're the Mavs, you are going to ask for it. You're not going to get it, but you got to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to ask. You got to say, well, give us, whatever. You can you ask for Jimmy Butler if you can get it. You're not getting it, but you got to ask, right? Ironically, by the way, Tim McMahon just released a story on ESPN about the bitter palace coup, is calling it, between Nico Harrison, Mark Cuban, and the Dallas Mavericks. So it's a whole story there. This thing is about to get really nasty, I think, because I think AD will not finish. I'm almost convinced now that AD will not finish the season in a Mavericks uniform. I think if they don't find a trade partner for Clay, they will buy him out, and that'll be that. And they're going to choose to start over as opposed to trying to drive these guys to a playoff situation that they're not going to go win a title for anyway, which does make sense.
Yeah.
But also, are they building too fast? Because we don't know what it is.
We haven't seen it yet. We're not going to even see Kyrie until I don't think we'll see him this year, but maybe we'll see him in March. But yeah, you're building on the blueprint too fast.
It feels like it, but some of this is ego driven.
It's ego. It's knee jerk. It's trying to apologize to the fan base. But I just kind of feel like you got to just let it ride out and see what happens. And like I said, I've always thought that they had the better end of the trade if Kyrie doesn't get hurt.
If Kyrie doesn't get hurt, I think the trade is far more even than it appears. Mm-hmm. But the funny part of the trade to me is always been the rationale. Luka's always hurt. He's out of shape, and we just got to get something for him. So you went and got an out of shape, always hurt AD.
But in AD's defense, it's we've never heard of him being out of shape, and that's why it was such a story because we're not used to him being out of shape.
Well, not this out of shape. He'll come back heavier, but this is the heaviest I think I've ever seen him. He looked big. I was like, yo, fam, you kind of squeezing into that jersey this time. It's not normally you just putting it on, but now you kind of it's a little snug, some spots. But speaking of injuries, let me find my paper because I am deeply fascinated with what is taking place in the NBA right now. And I don't know if you are aware of how much of a problem this is right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, we had the Grizzlies Spurs game on last night on NBC, and
which should have been a marquee game.
Yeah,
which turned out to be a good game. It was a good game.
It turned out to be a good game, but if you're a casual, that looked like a G League game because you don't know anybody out there.
Not one soul.
Maybe Jaren Jackson, but that's about it. And then he's twisted his ankle early in that game. I think he came back.
Did he really?
Yeah, he stepped on somebody's foot.
You know what? Free Jaren Jackson.
I'm pretty sure he came back. He came back, but regardless, I mean, if you're a casual, now you're a diehard NBA fan, yeah, it was fine. Yeah. But
I was going to read the list because I have to find it. I wrote down a list of the people that are hurt right now in the NBA.
Well, Wemby and Ja.
Wemby, Ja.
LeBron just came back.
Yeah, I might be able to do some of it from memory. So let's go down the list. Wemby, Ja, Giannis is out right now. Matisse Thybulle is out, and his teammate is out. It's 15 guys.
Wiggins is out for OKC.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I didn't even know Wiggins was out. He's not even on my list.
He's been out for a minute. I know this because I have him on my fantasy team. That's I'm literally looking at my fantasy lineup because I've had so many injuries.
It's
right now. I'm down to Ja because which one is it? Detroit? Is it Amen or Amir Thompson?
Amir is in Detroit.
Amir just came back.
Yeah, Jalen Green is out for Phoenix.
Yeah,
it's a lot of guys. Jalen Brunson's out. It's a lot. So my point of bringing it up is this. You moved up the season so you can maximize this ridiculous cup thing that you got going on. But so why are you playing all these back-to-backs? That doesn't make any sense. Golden State played last night. They're going to have to play again in Miami tonight. For what reason? Why are you having your marquee franchises play these insane back-to-backs early in the season? Golden State, matter of fact, Steve Kerr, in his press conference yesterday, as a matter of fact, had this to say about their schedule. He said the Miami game will be our 17th game in 29 days in 13 different cities. That is insane. That is insane.
Yeah.
For what reason? Like, why are we doing this? What is the purpose of this?
Get that cup in, get that money, baby.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I still don't understand how the scheduling works with the cup, but it's their off season, especially if you make it to the finals, or even just the conference finals. Your off season is short now. It's basically what you get done in June, so July, August, and you're back in training camp by September. Yeah, you're gonna have a bunch of injuries.
It's very, to me right now, the NBA is its own worst enemy, because you're hurting the product because you're driving these guys. I just don't think the 82 game model is sustainable anymore. Not if you want this to be quality from start to finish.
I think it's sustainable. I mean, because it's worked for this long. It's sustainable if you're not adding in these cups and all this stuff.
But that's my point. You can't have it both ways. You can't have.
You have to start the season earlier because of this cup thing. That's
when you right.
That's
it's crazy.
82 games is sufficient because it's worked forever. But they're never gonna play less games. We can just forget that.
But they're not gonna do that. You're right.
I think they should play around 65 in the beginning from the get.
That's what I think. Yeah.
But they're never gonna do that. But I think having to start the season and include this weird cup that nobody understands, and I'm not totally against the cup. I do think it's kind of cool, but
it's not awful, but it's not necessary.
It's confusing. It's not necessary, and
right.
If you have to start the season early and make them have shorter, and because part of the reason when they initially started the season earlier was because to eliminate the back-to-backs. Right. Now you put this cup in, now you got the back-to-backs in there again. So it's very odd.
It's very odd. It's very, very odd. But I just know I look at this whole schedule and I'm saying, man, this is not a long-term sustainable model at all. So we'll see how it goes. But Paul George is back. Paul George is back. He played one game. It went fairly well, I thought.
For a first game back, he did all right.
Too little, too late though. Like,
no, it's
trade bait.
It's November. He ain't trade bait yet. He's got to play.
I mean, he played and displayed skills.
It's one game. I mean, he doesn't really have any value to anybody right now because he hasn't played. I wonder.
Stay tuned though.
I wonder. I mean, because I do think one of the two is going to go. It's either going to be him or Embiid. Which one?
I agree.
I think it's probably going to be Paul George because they put so much into Embiid, but I can see that going either way. Honestly, if I'm being totally honest, I'd get rid of both of them.
Well,
you're already in a rebuild anyway. And you've already got your core. You look like you probably have a core backcourt, and so I'd trade both of them and build for the future because you're going to have Maxey for at least another 10, 15 years. So
I think the hope would be that they could find a trade partner for both of them, but that's really hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your Brooklyn Nets if you're the Philadelphia 76ers where you can get rid of KG and Paul Pierce?
Well, Brooklyn is. The only thing with
Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying though?
Yeah, it's the only thing if you're trading with Brooklyn, they ain't got nothing to send back.
Well, I guess what I mean is I'm not speaking specifically about Brooklyn.
I'm just you're not.
That was a sucker trade.
No. You mean he's a sucker. I'm like, well, Brooklyn's still right. Brooklyn's always going to be in that ilk between them and Charlotte and Washington.
Right. Yeah, well, maybe those are your suckers. Maybe those you got to call them and say, how about this? How about this, my brother?
The only thing is like Washington's probably got the most that you would want.
What does Washington have? I don't even know what they have. Who's on their roster?
They got the second-year guy.
Hold on. Let's pull up Washington as we discuss this very improbable situation. Washington is running out there a starting lineup of CJ McCollum, free CJ. Chris Middleton could be interesting.
No, there's a reason why he's there.
Alex Sarr.
Yeah, Sarr.
Yeah.
Sarr is the one. Sarr is the one that you would want. Maybe Kispert.
Marvin Bagley, maybe.
If
you're looking for bench support. Yeah, if you're looking for bench support.
He's a throw-in. He's been all over the league. But Sarr is the one. If you could trade Embiid there and get Sarr, you've got a nice young nucleus.
There you go.
I mean, that's the only one that's got anything that you would want. I mean, because Charlotte's only person you want is LaMelo, and what you need him for if you're them.
Right. Well, stay tuned because I think I agree with you. We've been saying it all along. I think something's going to go down in Philly at some point. The most likely trade people are probably Philly, the Mavs, the Pelicans. We say that about the Pelicans all the time. And they should make some trades. They got to stop this. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result.
I was today years old when I looked at Charlotte's roster. They got some names on this roster. Hey, Grant Williams, Colin Sexton.
Is that what Grant Williams is?
Yeah, I didn't know Colin Sexton was there.
What did how many people did Grant Williams piss off to end up from Boston to Charlotte?
I think the fact that he was never that good anyway. Mason Plumlee.
Oh wow!
I mean, you could make a deal with Charlotte and get a Plumlee back, get Miles Bridges, and or the one you probably could use and may not be able to get is Brandon Miller if he can stay healthy.
If you could snatch Brandon Miller away, you've done something. That's a significant steal.
And normally I'd be like, if I'm Charlotte, I don't do that deal. But they're Charlotte.
You have nothing going on if you're Charlotte. Why not? Why not?
I mean, you're Charlotte.
Because if you bring Paul George and Joel Embiid into your fold.
No, I was just talking about just Embiid. If you bring them both in, you're going to get Brandon.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you could bring them in, you kind of give your fan base some measure of hope. Because at Charlotte, it's probably just going to be about ticket sales from now until Jesus returns anyway. So
they're 4-10.
Well, and they've never fielded. I barely remember great Charlotte teams.
Not since Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning.
That's all I'm saying. So why are we trying to fool ourselves into thinking this is ever going to change?
I mean, they're 4-10 and have lost 3 straight.
Yeah. By the way, that's probably
Charlotte might should do that deal. What are you hurting at this point?
You got nothing to lose if you do that.
I mean, I can see you holding on to Knippel because you just drafted him.
Yeah,
and he played at Duke, so I get that.
Yeah,
but I mean, if you can get Embiid and George for Brandon Miller,
you do make that call.
I say Miller, Plumlee, and Bridges.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It might be actually at that point. It might be too crazy for Philly.
Well, but listen, if you're Philly, you see what's happening with Detroit. You see what's happening with Cleveland.
Somehow Toronto basketball.
I was gonna say somehow Toronto has started playing well. Who saw that coming? That wasn't on anybody's bingo card.
I've heard. Actually, honestly, I have heard people bullish on Toronto coming into the season.
I know Scotty Barnes is incredibly talented. I didn't realize that he was good enough to bring a team along like he's doing now.
They've been saying he was. I've never actually seen it. I've been hearing it for a while, but I haven't actually seen it. But I mean, I think RJ Barrett's playing well this year for them so far.
I'm gonna have to sit and watch a Toronto game. I've not really watched Toronto play, so I'm gonna have to see.
Well, the difference is Brandon Ingram. I mean, Brandon Ingram's averaging 21 a game.
Yeah. Oh well, listen. One thing that Brandon Ingram is gonna do, he gonna give you a bucket. He might give you two.
You got a bucket getter out there.
Yeah, and he's the new Carmelo.
And he does remind kind of. I mean, Scotty Barnes. I mean, he's averaging 19.7 rebounds and 5 assists a game. And so
there you go. Plus, Brandon is happy now. He's got his new girlfriend,
Glorilla or somebody.
Yes. I don't know why she makes that noise, but that's her noise. So there you go. But yeah, Detroit's first in the conference, followed by Cleveland, Toronto, New York, Philly, Atlanta. In the play-in spot, if it was starting today, it'd be Miami, the Bulls, the Celtics at number 9, and surprisingly, the Orlando Magic.
The surprise team in there.
Much slower start than you thought.
The Magic just, I don't. Yeah. I think after this year, they'll have to if they don't do much more this year, they're gonna have to make a move. I think.
Well, you got to figure out what you want to be.
Hadn't really worked out so far.
Not yet.
He's shooting career lows across the board. Miami is actually surprising me that they're as high as
competitive.
They've been very competitive. They played well. I still feel like they need a move or two.
Well, let's be clear. We're very early in the season, and the space between the first spot and the 10th spot is only 2 games. So
yeah, but Miami does have some good wins. I know they beat the Knicks the other night, even though Brunson.
They do.
Or did they lose that game?
They won it. I think they won that game.
Man, I think
if I'm not mistaken, I think they won that game.
Man, I think they beat Golden State too. So
they will probably beat Golden State tonight. Because if Golden State is follows the blueprint that they've been following, they're probably going to sit Steph tonight. And Al Horford is they already said he's not playing back-to-backs.
Yeah, they won. They lost last. Well, hold on. Here we go. So they beat the Knicks the other night after they lost. They had lost to the Knicks and lost to the Cavs. They had a weird schedule. So they played home and home with the Cavs and home with the Knicks in their last 4 games.
That is very weird.
I mean, they got wins over the Trailblazers. They beat the Clippers by a point. They got a couple wins over the Knicks. So yeah, they've played better than I anticipated.
They're right there. You know, now what's really interesting is that in the 11th spot is the Milwaukee Bucks. Stay tuned.
I can't figure them out.
Oh yes, you can. You know exactly what they are. They're Giannis and a bunch of dudes. They're Giannis and a bunch of dudes doing a thing. and that's what they're going to be until they decide to make some decisions.
And which decision is that you're hoping for? It's not going to be in season.
It's not my place to tell a franchise what to do with their
This whole show's built around telling franchises.
You see what I did there? You see how I made that work? I made that work.
That's not going to happen in the season, mid-season, I don't think.
It might have to if it's going to happen at all. And I'm not saying the pressure is going to come from Milwaukee. I'm saying if it's going to happen at all, the Lakers have to do it now. Because if you wait to the end of the season, you have an Austin Reeves problem. Because you got to decide. Because the man, listen, you can't look that man in the eye and say he ain't earned his money. He's already earned his money.
Yeah.
So, you got to make a decision. Is this the course you're going on? And you're going to build around these 2 core guys? Or, while the value is through the roof, you got to make some decisions. I think we're closer to a decision than people think that we are. And that's crazy to say that because, and by the way, not 100% sure that the decision is Giannis. Because there may be some other decisions that you can make that are good decisions. And you may not even have to give up Austin Reeves to make those decisions. But I'm saying a decision is coming down the pike. We're going to decide. Either they're going to do it in season or they're not going to do it at all. Or they're not going to do it at all, is my thought.
I don't see you getting Giannis in season. And so, I don't know.
I think it's incredibly hard to get him after season.
I think only way you're going to get Giannis is LeBron has to be in. But Austin Reeves is not enough. I know you keep saying that, but he's not enough.
I've never said that. I never said he was enough. I agree with you on that. I think I've always maintained it's a 3-team trade.
Yes.
And
yes.
Yeah. So no, I don't think it's, but I think it's harder to do that trade if you wait to the offseason and you don't have LeBron at all. Because if you're trying to do that trade straight up, to your point, well, why would they do that? Why would the Bucks trade Giannis for Austin Reeves?
It would be a sign and trade. I mean, they could always sign LeBron and trade him to, and it's because regardless, it's going to be where does LeBron want to go.
Well, I don't even think that's the first question. I think the first question is, does LeBron want to go? I think you have to do it while the decision is not in his hands. Because if he's got a
no trade, it's always in his hands.
well, here's what I mean by that. If you do it in the offseason, if I'm LeBron, why the hell would I go anywhere at 42? I'm not doing that. I'm not going anywhere. I'll just retire. But if you offer me a place to go where I can possibly win a title in season, I might do that. I depending on where you send me, I might do that. Now it's got to be somewhere substantial, and I have to have a legit opportunity to win a championship.
I mean,
and then by the way, there's only a couple of those places.
I was going to say it's only a handful of those places.
Cleveland,
Dallas.
Well,
maybe Golden State,
but Dallas.
But he'll think
it's already a mess.
If he can reunite with Kyrie, he thinks he can win.
They could win if you reunite with Kyrie and they keep Anthony Davis. Yes, that is a championship roster. But not if they don't keep Anthony Davis. Then it's just a couple of guys doing a thing. Right? So, but I would say Cleveland. I would say
maybe Golden State.
Orlando would be very interesting. Especially this year.
Oh, him and Ben Carroll's games are so similar, though.
They are, but we just said LeBron can adjust to anything.
He said that. We didn't.
We didn't say that. He said that. I don't know. It's a very interesting situation that the Lakers find themselves in because things are going in very, very well, and you don't have to knee-jerk anything.
No.
You can take your time and make the right decision, and you can make it at the right time. But also, the chemistry is as high as it's been since LeBron is there. And so do you want to disrupt that? That's the other part. So they're in a very, very interesting place. As we head over to the West, Oklahoma City is just, they got a phenomenal head start right now. Denver.
I'm impressed by OKC because they came in hungry. It's easy for them to come in and be bored because we've seen it, but no, they're not.
I think they definitely want to prove that last year wasn't a fluke, and they play like that. They're playing like
they still play with a chip on their shoulder, which is
yeah. They're saying we are that good. We're going to be doing it again. Denver is playing well. They're the 2 seed right now. Houston playing surprisingly well, despite the fact they do not have a point guard. Now I have not seen Houston's schedule. Have you seen it?
No.
Okay. So I don't know who they've beaten to get to this 9-3 schedule. They've beaten a quality Orlando team, but they played Portland, Washington, Milwaukee, Memphis, Dallas, Boston, Toronto, Brooklyn. Well, Jesus, that's not a sign of good things to come. Because they've beaten teams that they should beat. But their losses, OKC, Detroit, San Antonio. So the teams that are good, they have not beaten. They've only beaten one, dare I say, good team, which is Orlando. And we don't really know how good Orlando is.
And were they at full strength?
Right. So, I don't know. They may not be.
Well, they beat the Raptors by 18.
Yeah, and the Raptors seem to be good. They seem to be okay. So, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. If I had to guess,
tonight. We'll see tonight. They play the Cavs tonight.
Yeah, we'll see how the Spurs weather the storm without Wemby and without Castle. By the way, Castle is balling, bro.
You can't hard got to go out to the Spurs because De'Aaron Fox been hurt all season. He finally gets back now. Wemby's out,
and they still ain't played together. It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy right now. Minnesota's playing fine. I mean, I don't know what they are. Fine. Yeah, Phoenix is playing better than expected, probably. Golden State is playing old.
Yeah, well, they'll have a good stretch, and then they'll go back and then regress. Yes, I think where they are right now is probably where they're going to finish this season.
They're on the right side of 500 though, and that's where I think they probably want to be. They want to be on the right side of 500. The Clippers, that Bradley Beal thing is Jesus, man. This is why what are you Clippers? Let's just blow it up. What are we doing? Like, what are we? Free James Harden is what I want to say. Free James Harden. He does not deserve this.
Let's think of possible landing spots for James Harden.
The best one would be Houston.
I think.
Yep. He doesn't have to. Because it immediately makes your offense more fluid and your defense better. Because now Amen Thompson can go back to his real position.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
That would be just
I
a
like
plug
Houston.
And play. Yeah. Now
maybe
they don't
the
want
Raptors
to trade him.
Gives him that extra little punch. I can't see James Harden playing in Toronto though.
No, he wouldn't want to move his family up there, and I don't know. Him and Drake don't get along either. So that why start?
They don't.
Beef if you don't
they
know?
don't. I don't know about all that.
I don't think so. I think they got beef. But then who does Drake not have beef with? Toronto's interesting to me though.
I think he would be a good piece for them. I don't know how it worked. I think it would be good.
Because how good is Emmanuel Quickly for them? Is he doing his thing?
He's playing. No, he's doing his thing. He is. I was just looking at it.
I know Grady Dick. They're putting a lot of stock in Grady Dick right now.
Grady Dick's balling. I didn't mean to say that.
If you hadn't said anything, I wouldn't even heard it. But when you said it, I was like, oh, yeah, I hear it now. I hear it.
As soon as I said it, I heard it. Yeah, Grady Dick is he's getting them.
That is maybe the most unfortunate last name.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, he's only averaging 7 a game. I thought he was averaging more than that. Well, Emmanuel Quickly is getting them 15 points and 6 assists. He's the least team in assists and is fourth in scoring. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I where's a good landing spot for him? Could he bring Orlando together finally? Because one thing that I'm noticing about James, offenses tend to run a little bit smoother when he's running them. Because like the Clippers are a hot mess now. They'd be far worse than that if he wasn't there.
That which brings in the question: who would Orlando be able to give them?
Jalen Suggs. Just do it straight up.
and I think he'd have to trade one of the Wagners too.
And the Wagner? I gotta give up a Wagner?
For James Harden? Yes.
Why can't I just give you a bunch? Why can't I just give you a bunch of pigs? I don't want to give up two Wagner. A Wagner.
Well, for given the Clippers' state of affairs off the court, they don't want picks.
Well, you're right.
The best thing for them to do is not have picks.
They might though, because they may have to give up them other. Well, I don't know.
They don't have any other picks. So
that's right.
To
they
minimize,
don't have no pigs.
To minimize their punishment. That's really because the only punishment you can really do is take away picks. If they don't have any picks to take away,
and fine, yeah, and fine.
You can stall it out.
Oh boy, they're in a weird place.
The Clippers are teetering on being back to the old Clippers.
Yeah. Have they ever really left the old Clippers? I mean,
well, they had a playoff run.
They've been competitive like 2 years.
3 years longer than that. They were in the Western Conference Finals. Chris Paul was
once
and Lob City. Once is one more time that they've been in it before.
The Clippers to the Lakers are the little brother that's been on drugs for a long time.
But there was a point in time, not that long ago, where the Clippers were better than the Lakers.
Hey, the Clippers are the little brother that's been on drugs a long time. You're like, I know he keeps saying he's getting his life together. I got it. But I've lived with it my whole life. It's so I don't know. It's Memphis, maybe?
For who? James Harden?
James Harden and Jaren Jackson looks a lot better than James Harden and Ja right now.
I mean, that looks good on paper. With James Harden in Memphis.
There's no high level strip clubs in Memphis that I can remember. I don't know enough about Memphis like that.
It doesn't have to be high level.
It doesn't have to be high level? Wow. But James is kind of grown out of there. If you saw starting five, he's kind of becoming
a family man. It does sound like he just had another baby on the way, or just had another baby, so he may be out of that. But
he might be out that phase.
I can't even then. I still can't see James Harden living in Memphis,
New Orleans,
or New Orleans.
Okay.
Because I mean, if for New Orleans, who you giving? What you gonna give them up? Zion? Because that's about all they have to give.
Why not? Listen, if you're gonna be a mess, be a box office mess.
I do think it's time for New Orleans to get out from under that. But
it's time. It's very much time. It's very much time. You got to get that over. You got to kill this assignment.
Mm-hmm.
This is starting to reach ridiculous levels. Like this dude never plays. Well, also true. We have entered places that are sublime. Like this is crazy how bad this is.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, they've got to get out. I'm surprised that they came into this year with. I would have gotten rid of last year, but
starting to feel like this is one of the worst draft picks in the history of the draft. We're on the beach of.
I don't think he'll ever pass Anthony Bennett, because there was a point when he was playing when they were right up there near the top.
Right. Stall you out on that, because nothing can pass that, I don't think.
Nothing.
Was Michael Olowokandi first overall?
He was. Olowokandi might be. Yeah, he's not on those.
Because Anthony Bennett and Michael Olowokandi are kind of there together.
Yeah, and Darko Milicic, even though Darko wasn't the number one pick.
But see, that wasn't Darko's fault. I don't blame Darko for that. He never asked to be the number one pick. He never asked.
Nobody asked. Nobody asked.
He never asked for that.
Nobody asked. He wasn't the number one pick. He wasn't the number one pick. But
he wasn't number one overall.
He went ahead of who? Carmelo? Is that who he went ahead of?
He did go ahead of Carmelo, which is to this day one of the most ridiculous trades. Second only probably to Jordan. Like really? Y'all took him over. Well, Anyway,
But
so there you go.
But you can explain away Sam Bowie because at the time it was a big man's league, and
You absolutely
had
can.
Clyde Drexler. You can easily explain that one away.
You absolutely can, though not well, because history is like.
Can't. Well, history is history, but like if you're at the time that it wasn't when that draft happened, it wasn't like going crazy like I can't believe they picked Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan.
No, not at all.
It just played out that way, but I mean. At the end of the day, the Trailblazers still got to a finals. They lost to Jordan.
Now with Sam Bowie. Now with Sam Bowie. I don't even think he was on the roster when that happened.
Nah, he was at the Lakers at that point, I think.
Right. At that point, he was the goal. So, right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But the reason why they didn't draft Jordan is because they already had Clyde Drexler. And Drexler got him to a final.
And Drexler got him to a final. Got him to 2, didn't he? Didn't he get him to 2?
I think he got him to 2, yeah.
I
know they lost to the Bulls.
Right, and then
it feels like there was another one, but
the Detroit one. Didn't they play Detroit?
Oh yeah, Detroit.
Yeah, they played Detroit.
Yeah, he got to 2 finals. Yeah. So
that wasn't a bad thing.
It wasn't as bad as people make it sound.
No,
just because Jordan ended up being the GOAT. But I mean, at the time, it did make sense for them to draft Sam.
100%. All right, let's go to some other stuff. I like other stuff. Let's go to some other stuff. I want to address the elephant in the room because we may address it tomorrow if Charlie comes on, but I want to do it here because I think it's appropriate here. I want to make a public apology. I did this on the 5 yesterday. I want to do it again. I want to make a public apology to first to Baker Mayfield, and I thought Baker Mayfield was Johnny Manziel-ish. And so on my mind, when he went to the Browns, I'm thinking, bro, you just like Johnny Manziel. You've got this wildness and da-da-da-da. That's not what happened. It's not what happened. Now we're starting to see what happened. Quite possibly, the Browns may be the worst organization in all of sports.
Yeah.
All of sports. And I don't know when it's ever going to end. Because what happened Sunday was insane. Y'all haven't heard his cadence?
Well, he is a third-string quarterback. He has been a third-string quarterback.
And I feel you on that. Except for this. You got 2 rookies out here. Why your rookie ain't playing with the fam? What are we doing? You see J.J. McCarthy up in Minnesota. He done missed significant time.
But he was always going to be the starter, though. I can see that if he wasn't going to be the starter and they put their chips behind Dylan Gabriel, I can see that. I can see really all of that. But the thing is, I don't know if they ever gave Shedeur a chance to actually beat out Dylan Gabriel.
But here's the mixed bag I'm hearing. Here's what's the mixed bag. So there's conflicting reports that are saying Dylan is the owner's choice. Shedeur was the coach's choice. So if that's true, and I got some guys out verifying it literally as we speak. I'm not even joking. They're verifying it as we speak. If that's true, that makes it even more ridiculous. Because Stefanski, why you ain't supporting your guy? You didn't even want Dylan Gabriel. So why are you not supporting your guy? That doesn't make any sense. So either you hate him
his job
by playing a guy that
the owner wants, or it could be is either A, saving his job, or B, and I told you so moment.
Well, he's not. Listen.
Well, now I mean, we'll see.
I wasn't high on Dylan Gabriel before he got there, so let me be.
I wasn't either, but like, even if they had heard his cadence and all that stuff, I think that's been blown out of proportion. He was not going to succeed in that. There's no quarterback on earth who's going to succeed coming in for the first time all season in a winnable game against an NFL team that has a competent defense. Baltimore's defense hasn't been good, but it's competent enough to we're going to blitz this guy to death and this offensive line has been crap all season. So I mean, there was a reason.
Well, I'll say this: they haven't been good all season, but they have been good. Lost McKendry. We'll get him back here in a second. They haven't been all good all season, but they sure have been good these last 4 or 5 games. They have been balling, and it looks like they may have turned the corner. And now with Aaron Rodgers going down, family, listen to me. Listen to your boy. They may be back. They may be back. They may be all the way back. They're quietly going about their business, and they're quietly becoming the team that nobody's going to want to face in December and January.
Who?
The Ravens. They're quietly.
I thought you, because I heard Aaron Rodgers. I thought you said
no. They've been awful.
Honestly, I'm not sold on the Ravens either. I think they're going to come all the way back just because that division's crap. But
because the division is crap, right? And by the way, if you're the Bengals and you foolishly try to bring Joe Burrow back in December, then you deserve everything you get from that. Why? For what? Y'all not going. First of all, you're going to lose this next game because Jamar Chase is not playing.
I love how he tries. I said on the news yesterday he took the Shaggy "it wasn't me" argument. Bro, we got you on tape.
we got you on 7 cameras that all have the capacity for slow motion. Why would you own it, brother? Just own it. Just own it. In that moment,
then they'll appeal it.
The unmitigated gall to appeal it is, fam, you are wilding. You are wilding out here, Jamar Chase. You too big of a star to be doing stupid stuff. That was stupid. That was an unnecessary, stupid thing to do that you get nothing from. Nothing. Right. You don't like Jalen Ramsey? Stall you out on that. Most people probably don't like Jalen Ramsey. That's usually how wide receivers DB relationships work anyway.
All right.
It's fine. But to spit on him, come on, man. And by the way, one game is not enough.
It's not. The fact that we have to debate on how long these penalties are for spitting on people with these grown men is insane to begin with.
That's insane by itself. But okay, I just wanted to get that Browns rant out because I just think they are the worst. They are the absolute worst. They have not got quarterback right in my lifetime.
No, and they even left in our lifetime and came back.
Yeah. The
best quarterback they've had is Bernie Kosar in our lifetime.
I hope our fans were not thinking I was joking about that. That wasn't a joke. Literally in the 50 years that we've been alive, they have not gotten quarterback right. Bernie Kosar, that's the list.
I mean, well, if you look at the Bears, I mean, they the same boat.
Touche.
The Jets.
Although I will say this about the Bears.
The Lions.
I'm not saying Caleb has made it. I'm saying there are things that he's doing that are better. And the one thing that I think that he has gotten the message from Ben is that when you're in trouble, do the 3 things that you can do. Hit your check in the middle, hit your pass on the sides, take off and run. He'll do those 3 things. Everything else,
he's gotten better. I think he's gotten better. I think he also got to give him the fact that he's had 5 offensive coordinators in 5 years going back to college.
I'll stall it out on that well. So he has gotten better. I'll give him that credit. But yes, the Bears, the Jets. Oh my God, the Jets. But the one thing I love about what the Jets doing, at least they're giving Aaron a chance. They're not saying, it's all your fault. You can't coach. They're not.
But I think, and the players legit play for them. They're just not good.
They are. They're playing. They're fighting for them. That's
they fight for them. They're just not good at football.
No, they are not good at the football. Absolutely not.
Raiders.
Absolutely not. Steph shocked the world. left Under Armour. And Under Armour is standing outside right now in draws going, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. I looked at the roster of Under Armour. The only stars they have are all Steph stars.
Yeah.
They're under the Steph brand. So I don't know I don't know how you recover from this if you're Under Armour. Like, what do you do? How did you let this happen?
Right. I don't know. I guess so he had on the Shaqs last night for Reebok.
Wow. Ooh.
So
Ooh.
I don't know. Steph's
is Shaq about to pull the coup? Is Shaq
I don't know,
about
Steph.
to pull a coup?
You know, Steph's a smart man. He's liable to show up in some Nikes for their next game.
But you know what though? If I'm Steph, that Reebok thing might be the move. Because guess what Shaq will probably do? First of all, he's going to give him complete creative control. And then second of all, he might give him some ownership of Reebok. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Give him the equity. And all of a sudden, if that happens, Reebok's a player now.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very smart move on Reebok.
I think Reebok, stay tuned to this Steph thing. This could be interesting.
Yeah.
This could be interesting.
I mean, it's obviously going to come down to Reebok or Nike.
But if you Steph, why do you want to go Nike and be in that whole thing? I mean, everybody's at Nike. Do you really want to have the brand that everybody has? Like, that's, what's the benefit of that, right? So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what he does. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what he does. But if I'm Shaq, I go hard in the paint like I was when I was a player, and I try to get him over to Reebok, and I go to my partners and say, we got to give him some ownership. We got to make him part of the whole experience. Let's set the world on fire. Because once they sign him to a long-term deal, they give him ownership, they give him the brand that he wants, they let him build out there, a la Jordan. It's got to look like the Jordan deal. And if you can get him over there and do that, man, listen, that changes the whole trajectory of Reebok if they can pull it off. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It's a fluid story, but it makes all the sense in the world for Reebok to throw the world at it.
Absolutely. Did you see the Eddie Murphy doc?
I haven't watched it yet.
It's very good. My answer, my fill in the blank is very good. It is the reminder. So here's what I learned this week. You will appreciate this. For all of the people that want to say that my pastor Dave Chappelle is the greatest comedian of all time, I do think he's in the conversation. He is in the conversation. But also, Eddie Murphy is the original Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Nobody.
It was at the same time.
Right. What I'm saying is, like, the things that Eddie Murphy has done in his career, you forget, and when you see the doc, you go, "Oh my God, you are that dude. You are that guy. Like, you were that guy long before people were that guy." And by the way, there was another flex this week that I didn't put in the doc, in the other stuff. But did you see that Michael Jackson's Thriller? It's in the top 10 on Billboard. So he is the first
just
person.
From the trailer that came out?
Just from the trailer. The hype lifted him back into the Billboard top 100.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So when we start saying that, Beyonce's the great, no, I'm sorry. I love Beyonce. Phenomenal singer. Best of this generation by far. She ain't no Michael Jackson.
Man, these young cats have no idea. They think that their people are popular. Their people will never be as popular as Michael Jackson was. Never. Get it out of your head. They will never be as popular as Michael Jackson.
I need people to understand that Michael sold 32 million with no internet. No internet. There was no way to get this information around the globe as fast as it did. It was just word of mouth. It was somebody in Bangladesh talking to somebody in Egypt saying, "Go buy Thriller." That was how the news got out. And he still sold 32 million copies of Thriller, and it's at 100 million now. It's one album. It's crazy. Listen, Michael is the GOAT, and let's stop talking about it. We should all just move on. It's not really that big of a discussion anymore. I don't know why we still going back and forth. Love Beyonce. And I don't even hear Beyonce doing that. I want to be fair, too, because I don't hear her out here saying she's better than Michael Jackson.
No. So, it's not them saying it. It's their fans, because this generation can't accept that their generation is not the best for some reason.
Yeah, they got to move on from that. But yeah, it's crazy. Wow, did not even realize this until it happened. But the governor's luncheon went down for the Oscars the other day. I think it was Monday, and Tom Cruise and Debbie Allen and Dolly Parton all got Oscars. These are honorary Oscars, but Oscars nonetheless, for the body of work that they have presented to the world. But it did not dawn on me that Tom Cruise didn't have an Oscar. I was like, didn't he win an Oscar for something already? I thought, I thought he won an Oscar for like Rain Man. But I guess he didn't. I think that was Dustin Hoffman that won the Oscar. So it was like really strange to see him getting his first Oscar. That was like, really? Tom Cruise doesn't have an Oscar? That's crazy. Debbie Allen not having an Oscar made a little bit more sense because Debbie is more TV than she is. Debbie's more TV than she is movies. So that made a little bit more sense. But it was cool to see her get the Oscar. It was very, very cool to get the Oscar. So yeah, I was impressed by that whole thing. Tom Cruise did not have an Oscar. I was like, really, Tom Cruise?
It was also super cool to see them interacting so much with each other, Tom Cruise and Debbie Allen. It's just like that's two worlds that you never associate with each other. Yeah. But to see the two of them giving each other their flowers the way they were, I mean, like it was legit. It didn't seem phony at all, and so it was just like, wow, you never associate those two together.
Tom gave her some big love. Oh my God, he was like, it was really big love. I was like, Tom, are you hitting on Debbie Allen? Because Norm will whoop your ass. I'm just saying, Norm ain't no easy man, brother.
Are they still a thing? Norm and Debbie?
I think so. I don't think Debbie left Norm. Did she leave? Now you got me wanting to look it up. Is Debbie Allen and Norm still together? Yeah, they're still together. Norm Nixon, shout out to Norm Nixon, who's just quietly going about his business and living his best life. Yeah,
his son was phenomenal. His son was phenomenal playing him in that Lakers show.
Outstanding. I hate they canceled that. That was a good show.
It was such a good show.
It was a really good show, and I learned a lot about the Lakers, even though the Lakers hate it.
Right.
It was a good show.
They left out a lot that was in that book that would have been great on the show. I mean, they spared them a lot.
Right. I thought they took it easy on them. And were very fair.
They did.
Do you watch The Traitors? Do you ever see The Traitors?
No.
Okay. One of my children's favorite. So my girls, I'm a girl dad. For those who don't know, most of you know by now, but I'm a girl dad. And so with my girls, they don't watch sports, though I've tried as many times as I could possibly try to get them into sports. They're all out on that. But they do like reality shows, and not really reality shows as much as reality competition shows. So that's one of our bonding points is reality competition shows. And one of the shows we picked up over the last year is The Traitors. It's a really good show.
What is it?
So The Traitors is
I've just started getting into the cooking competition shows. So because I'm like,
really?
I don't really do reality TV. So you have to tell me.
I normally don't either. Traditionally in my life, I've not done it because I've not been a fan, and not even with reality competition shows. So we're very strategic about the ones we like. But The Traitors is really good. So The Traitors is basically about there's faithfuls and traitors, people who go around. If you're familiar with the game Werewolf, it's basically that. It's 3 people are chosen to kill off everybody else in the quiet of darkness, and they go and they do this in a real castle, and they compete for goo gobs of money, and it's a really interesting show. And the arguments are interesting, and the dynamics are very interesting, and it's kind of fun. It's a good time. So the UK version of that is starting. They've just wrapped it up, and they're going to debut it tomorrow on Peacock, the celebrity UK version, and then the new season, which will star Donna Kelsey, and Michael Rappaport is on that one, and some other people that you may or may not know from the reality world. They'll start the new season in January. I know Michael Rappaport is an interesting situation, but it's a good time.
I really used to like him early on, but like he's gotten
as he gets older, he's becoming different, and he's just like, I don't know what you are now, so I don't know what to do with you as a human. But yeah, it's a good time if you're looking for something like in that realm. We just finished Squid Games.
I heard the reality version of that. Yeah, you was telling me that last week. That's really good.
It is a good time. And the ending of this season is one of the greatest start to finish finales I think I've ever seen of any reality game show. It is, and it's all unintentional, but very, very shocking and entertaining. You go, did not see that coming. And it's hard to say that about most anything in TV today. I didn't see that coming. But this, I can honestly say, I didn't see any of that coming. I would not have predicted that in any way, form, or fashion.
I tell you, a good show for that is Only Murders in the Building. That show's good.
I've heard that's a very good show.
Oh, that show is awesome. That's one show that I can get Kristen to watch, and we've watched every episode of that. And it's some seasons you can kind of figure out the murderer relatively early on. That sometimes you can't, and the writing is phenomenal. Martin Short is hilarious in this show. This past season, because Martin Short is probably been the funniest one in every season until this season. Steve Martin is so funny in the last. I love Steve Martin. In this last season of Only Murders, I mean, it's classic Steve Martin throughout the whole. I mean, it's classic Steve Martin the whole time. It was just even funnier in this past season.
Yeah. Well, speaking of murder stuff, one of my favorite series, Knives Out, will be back next month. Cannot wait. Do you watch Knives Out?
I haven't watched that either.
Oh, it's so good. If you like Only Murders, Knives Out is a good time. Knives Out. It's
on Peacock, right?
No, it's on Netflix, and the first 2 movies are already out, so you can go watch those.
I remember the movies.
Yeah, phenomenal. Just a good time. Just unpredictable. Daniel Craig is brilliant. To me, it's his best stuff. It's what he does. He was born to do this, and he even has a believable Mississippi accent. Like, dude, you really can act. Like, you really got skills. So that's the stuff that I'm watching when I'm not watching sports, because I only watch sports and, like you said, that type of stuff. I love the.
I don't know how you can have time to watch all that.
I record everything. I don't watch.
I know, but you still have to sit down and watch it though.
Well, if you know anything about me, I work late into the midnight hour. Like I'm up most nights late, and so I'll just put something on, and it's playing in the background. Like a friend of mine suggested another series to me this week called The Madness. That started Coleman Domingo. Got to be honest with you, the first 4 episodes were good. The last 4, I was so angry at him for suggesting this to me. I didn't know what he was doing. It's like, oh my God, this is how it ends. I invested 8 hours of my life for this. But But I'll throw. I'm here for a good time. So you throw something on. If you give me something
I've
that
been
I
watching.
like, so
I've been watching Tulsa King. It's
I've
funnier than I
heard
thought. I didn't
it's
realize it was
funnier than you
funny.
thought. It was
Yeah, I didn't
funnier than you
realize it
thought.
was as
Okay.
funny. Yeah. Sylvester Stallone's hilarious in that show.
My wife loves Tulsa King. Loves Tulsa King. She says I need to get into it.
Yeah.
My only problem is my wife has suggested a lot of things to me that we were supposed to watch, and then I end up watching it, and she's not watching it.
Oh yeah, that's how it works around here too.
So I'm very,
I'm really big fan of Landman. I'm glad it's back.
Okay.
They're doing the one episode a week thing, so I'm just gonna wait because I don't like to wait.
Yeah,
When I get into it, I want to watch, and so I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
No, I won't wait till it's all the way over, but I'll wait till it's like a good 3 or 4 episodes in.
Yeah, we're deep in. We're down the road.
That's a phenomenal show.
Landman is okay. All right.
Yep.
All right. There are some actors and actresses that make smart choices. Billy Bob Thornton is one of those actors. So typically when he shows up somewhere, he has my attention because I'm like, okay, if he's doing this, it's probably decent at best. At worst, it'll be something that I'll like. Okay, this was not bad, but it's probably good. Sam Jackson is in Tulsa King, which I heard.
Yeah, I haven't gotten because he's in the second season. I'm still in the first season.
Okay, and they're going to do a spinoff. I'm hearing they're doing a spinoff called Nola King.
Okay.
So Sam Jackson doesn't make a lot of bad choices. So there you go. All right. Did I miss anything? Did you miss anything?
No. No. I mean, the
covered a lot
Cowboys won, but yeah, we've covered a lot.
You know what? I was really impressed with the way they handled that game. Now, this week will be different because this will be a home game, and this will be the first time that I guess they're in the locker room on game day, and I just wonder how that's gonna feel. But they handled the reality on the road very well, and it helped that it was the Raiders because they're awful.
That helps a lot. They
are
they are so bad.
They're bad.
Bad, and it's
so bad.
And it's from the top down. I mean,
yes.
Their offensive game plan of we're just going to throw the ball the whole time, and you can gash Dallas on the run, and you're throwing the ball 40 times with Geno Smith. I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. Their game plan made no sense, but nothing the Raiders have done this season made sense. So it's fine. It's fine. They're on brand at least. We don't know what we're doing, and we're going to show that to you. We're going to display that to you in real time, in 4K, actually. All right. You got any shout-outs for Press Row?
Not really. I mean, shout-outs to, I'm going to save that for tomorrow for the ACC show. So
okay.
Yeah, not really. Well, shout out to the Cowboys for bouncing back and with everything going on with the with the death of a teammate and everything, and maybe it'd be a rallying cry for the team. And they did look better. Of course, it's hard to gauge because it's the Raiders, but just shout out to my Cowboys.
Here's irony at its finest. Are you ready for this? Breaking news from Adam Schefter just 3 minutes ago. The Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders will start Sunday versus the Raiders.
We knew that.
You can't make this stuff up. That is about as poetic. The team that needed him is playing against the team that doesn't want him.
Right.
You can't make this stuff up. That's brilliant. So shout out to the Browns and the Raiders for the drama. We appreciate it.
They do not need to put that game on television.
I don't think it will be if anybody has any
TV.
good sense.
It's on CBS.
That game will be on CBS, dude.
All games are on national TV. Or
we don't need to do that. We don't need to put it on for everybody to watch. Like the fans of the city, maybe, but not everybody.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I mean, it's in the regions. Every game.
Now I'll watch because I like a good train wreck. This is clearly this got train wreck.
I don't like nothing. I don't like nothing that much. If they come up on Red Zone, I'll see.
By the way, shout out to that DB in the Miami Dolphins game on Sunday in overtime because he absolutely saved Mike McDonald's job. Mike McDonald, I am
McDaniel.
1,000 McDaniels. I'm sorry. I am 1,000% convinced he would have been fired Monday had they lost.
They already said they're not going to fire him until during the season. They're not going to.
You would have had to fire him. It was so egregious. What he did in that game was so egregious to not kick that field goal and take the lead with 30 seconds left in that game. That's a fireable offense. That's the same reason Brian Daboll just got fired.
That's not the same reason. No, Daboll gave up lead after lead after lead after lead after lead.
Well, that's true. That's so. God, that's so true, isn't it? That is my reality right now with my team, isn't it? But yeah, it was. I think he would have gotten fired. I really do think he would have gotten fired. But shout out to that DB. That'll be my shout out until tomorrow. So, and shout out to our guy Charlie, who's. I know we're going to shout them out again tomorrow, but they played better. They're getting better. They're playing better. They're buying in. They're buying slowly but surely. They're buying in.
Yep.
So, this is baby steps. It takes time to build a juggernaut. Nobody builds a juggernaut overnight.
No. It's a stepstone. So it's a process. It's all a process.
It's a
especially
process.
Your first year on the job.
Absolutely. So there it is. All right. We got nothing else to give you until in the morning when we do Believe in the ACC. A ton to talk about tomorrow. Believe in the ACC, up to and including there may be a new imposter, and neither of us want to say it, but it may be true. Might be, because come on, man. Come on. At some point, got to call a spade a spade. So tomorrow, I'm Believe in the ACC. Until then, that's Kendrick Cassidy. This is Lloyd Spence. We're out of here.
Y'all, we got it. Scoop Ed. 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 Y'all, we got it.
That's how we go. This is not a game, it's the Pistons.